You've heard them before. You've probably said them before. And maybe you've been on the receiving end of somebody ignoring them before. They're Jesus' words. Do not judge. And maybe when you found out that this message was going to be based on these words, somebody popped into your head that you thought you'd like to share this sermon with. That's okay. I get it, but before you share, would you go on an experiment with me? To re-explore these words with fresh eyes, to understand what Jesus was saying, who he was talking to, and what he meant for us to take away as he illustrates the principles behind judgment using the illustration of a plank, a piece of sawdust. We'll do this exploration through a dialogue, a sort of prayer with Jesus. And I hope that it can help direct our own prayers. Maybe you'll get a chance to reflect on how your prayer might be similar, might be different, as you think about what it means to have a plank in your own eye. Dear Jesus, they are a mess. Their problems have problems. I can't believe that all the things that are going wrong in their lives. It's amazing. I mean, their marriage is falling apart. Their kids, don't even get me started on that. Their whole neighborhood is in turmoil because they can't get their life together. Jesus. We've felt the brunt of their problems too. I know I have. I mean, they've poked me in the eye so many times with this problem that I don't know that I'll ever be able to see again. Our small group has been hurt. We've lost people. Walked away. Just can't handle their problems. We tried to fix it. We talked together. We made plans. We tried to intervene. We even found the website, 10 ways to deal with your friend's problems. It didn't work. Nothing did. That's why I'm talking to you. You'll excuse me, I get tired more easily these days. You don't mind if I sit down while I talk to you. It wouldn't be so bad if I was the only one hurt. But that's not the case. Everybody's felt it. Everybody's recognized it. And no one seems to know what to do. But I know you can help. I mean, you've helped before. My brother's marriage, stronger than it's ever been because you got involved in it. You helped my friend break the cycle of addiction. Jesus, I know that if you get involved, you can fix this. You can fix them. You can make them better. All they need is a little more of you. I mean, how you do that, I'll leave that up to you, but, I mean, bolt of lightning wouldn't be out of place. But you're God. You do you. I'll just remind you that the crisis is coming to a head and could really use some resolution quicker, more quickly than waiting longer. Oh man, it's a crick in my neck. Just makes it hard to even sit up as I talk to you. And this is no big deal. You know how it is, trying to live life and do the things that I do. And it's easy. This is a piece of cake. I can live with it. It's not a problem. I mean, after all, somebody had to speak up, right? You're all about truth. How was I supposed to not respond to that comment? They had to know how the rest of us think, what the rest of us feel. Otherwise, they're just shouting into their own bubble. Who was going to stand up for the truth and correct the lies if I didn't? They shouldn't be angry. They should be thankful. Somebody had to say something. And who better than me? Stand up for the truth. That's what faith is all about, isn't it? Jesus, this is not a big problem. I promise. It's a me thing. I'm taking care of it. It's not a big deal. If it's okay with you, I'd like to get back to the problem at hand, the reason that I started this prayer in the first place. Their mess. I mean, it affects way more people. It's a way bigger problem. Can we talk about them? And if you need to fix something on me, take care of them first. It's triage. They need way more help. And when you're done with them, then maybe you can come back and we'll shave a little of this off and get myself realigned, get myself shipshape and move it on the right path again. Jesus, don't worry about it. It's not a big problem. It's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Jesus, are you still there? Honestly, I can't see you anymore. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I haven't been completely honest. Not with you, not with me. This is a way bigger problem than I'd like to admit. It fills my field of vision. I can't see anything else. And I've weaponized it so that my family hates me. I don't have any credibility with my small group, my friends, with my coworkers. I don't listen to a word I say, but that's not even the worst of it. I've lost sight of you. I've lost sight of my purpose, my meaning. I don't even know where I'm headed anymore. This is so heavy, Jesus. It's so dark in here. I hate that I make excuses for this. I hate that others have to make excuses. My family makes excuses, and I can hear the anguish in their voice. But I can't put it down. Every day I wake up thinking, today is the day that I can carry it. That I'll make it work, that I'll cope and survive through the day. And every day it weighs me down and drives me into the dirt. I can't give it up. I can't carry it. Jesus, I'm stuck. Do you think you can? Can you? Do you think you can carry it for me? Do you think you can take it? I can't handle it anymore, Jesus. Jesus, for the first time, I can see. I can see what's around me. I feel so light. I feel so free. Jesus, this is what you can do in the lives of people. Lord, I haven't felt this way in a long time. That you would do this for me. I know that I can never do it on my own. I know that I haven't been the one that set me free. That was something you had to do. How can I ever thank you? Maybe it's enough for now. Just to ask you not to let me pick it up ever again. because I know my tendencies. I know that in some strange way, this plank is more comfortable, more familiar than living without it. And I'm going to want to put it back on. Jesus, don't let me. Carry it, take it, and don't ever let me grasp for it again. I don't want to go back to that place. I don't want to throw stones at other people as a way to deflect my own anger, my own self-loathing, my own sense of unlove. Jesus, I want to see myself the way you see me, and in no other way. I see in front of me a lot of people who have a plank in their eyes too. And from where I'm sitting, it looks like a speck of dust, but I know from where they're sitting, from where you stand, it looks like a plank. Do you think that I could help? I can still feel the indentation in my forehead. I can still feel the crick in my neck and the way my knees ache. But I know that you can turn scars into monuments of your grace. Testament to your forgiveness. I know that you can take my weakness and prove your strength in it. Can you use me? I know that I would have to speak more as a brother in recovery than as a preacher in a pulpit. I know that I would have to be very careful not to speak in a way that gives me credit, because you are the one who set me free. You are the one who gave me sight again, who pulled the plank out of my eye. I know all that. And I know that those conversations are filled with pain, with hurt. I'm willing, if you're willing to use me, I'm willing to walk in those conversations, to love other people just as much as you have loved me. Could you use me? Could you speak through me? Could you lift the burden of the plank off of someone else? Nobody should have to carry that, because you already did. You took it from my eyes and onto your shoulders, and you carried it all the way up to the cross. You carried it with you into that tomb, and you left it buried there when you rose from the dead. It's gone. The plank, the pain, the shame, the guilt, wiped away. In you. Can you use me to tell others, to share that good news? Please? In Jesus' name, amen. Thanks for tuning in again this week for another message on what Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount. You know, I think about my glasses. I have to wear these really to see things that are far off. And I think about the reasons why people wear glasses, why people have LASIK. And there's all kinds of things that can go wrong with your eyes and make it difficult to see, difficult to read or identify things by vision. And I cannot imagine, as my eyes get worse over age, trying to do something with my eyes that is life and death. I think of surgeons and trying to do surgery while not being able to see very well. You wouldn't imagine it. Could never happen. And yet, spiritually speaking, that's something we try to do all the time. That's what we talked about this week as we talked about do not judge.
being able to see clearly. And so as you put that into practice this week, making sure that the plank is out of your own eye before addressing the speck of dust in somebody else's. It'll be really critical to be able to recognize that plank in your own eye. And that's not something that's easy to do. In fact, we all walk around with planks in our eyes all the time. So how can we see that? How can we identify that? I think a great way to do that is to spend some time in reflection, spend some time in honest conversation. You know, one of the most dangerous questions you can ask people who love you is, how do I come across to you? What is it like to be near me, to be with me? But I think we need to ask that question. So this week, I'd like for you to ask one person who loves you and who knows you really well that very question. What is it like to be with me? And listen, don't get defenses up. Don't start to push back. Don't justify yourself. Just listen. And know that that's probably an area where there might be a plank in your eye. And then take that to Jesus and ask him how he might change that, how he might use it, what's at the bottom of it. And start there before trying to adjust the speck in somebody else's eye. Would you do that with me this week? I'll do it too. And we'll find out how it goes together. Have a great rest of your week.